Well, ladies and gentlemen, I see a lot of influencers promoting certain tents, and I wanted to think through this in a more analytical way and hopefully help you to decide upon a tent that meets your needs and your budget without paying homage to brand loyalty, but instead to what are the specifications behind these tents. And this will help you to understand why the tents are priced the way that they are, and it'll help you to understand what tents are better value than others. So I have 22 products on this list. It's by no means exhaustive. I have North Face, Sea to Summit, MSR, Durston, Hyperlite, Big Agnes, Nemo, Gossamer Gear, Zpacks, and then among the hammock tarps, I have Kammok, Eno, and Grand Trunk. Now, first off, if you're trying to spend as little money as possible, the North Face Stormbreak one person is a really good value at $170. Now, part of why it's so cheap is that its waterproofing is only to 1200 millimeters. 1200 millimeters is the baseline that I'm seeing for waterproofing for a lot of these tents. Now, if you care about ultralight, and again, this is not the exhaustive ultralight guide because there are other channels that speak to that more specifically, but this is to give you a general idea. The fact that the Alto 1 is coming in at 2 pounds and 7 ounces, that's good. The Durston coming in at 1.78 pounds, the X-Mid coming at 2.13 pounds, the X-Dome 1 coming at 2.16 pounds, Hyperlite Mountain Gear coming in at 1 pound, the Big Agnes Copper Spur Ultralight 1 coming at 2 pounds 6 ounces, the Nemo Osmo Ultralight 1 coming at 2 pounds 4 ounces, the Gossamer Gear 1 coming at 1.1 pounds, the Gossamer Gear 2 coming at 1.4 pounds. Those are all pretty impressive. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. In my opinion, the best value out of these 22 products has to be the Durston X-Mid 1. Reason being, it has waterproofing of 3,500 millimeters. Again, as you can see, that's middle of the range, but it's double. Oh, it's more than double the 1,200 millimeter of the first 8 choices. It's more than double the waterproofing of the Copper Spur Ultralight and the Copper Spur Ultralight 2. It's a little less than double of the Gossamer Gear 1 and the Gossamer Gear 2. So I'm really impressed with the waterproofing of the X-Mid for the money. Again, it's $250 with stakes, $239 without stakes. Now, I've wondered for the longest time why people are willing to spend $600 or $700 on a tent. Having filled out this chart, I had a eureka moment. The eureka moment is that the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Mid 1 for $599 gives you among the highest waterproofing in the entire industry. 20,000 millimeters of waterproofing. You can see that's many multiples of every other tent in the game, with the exception of the Zpack Duplex Classic. So again, out of 22 products, only the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Mid 1 and the Zpack Duplex Classic giving you that 20,000 millimeters of waterproofing. Next, the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Mid 1 and the Zpack Duplex Classic, those are the only Dyneema tents on the whole list. So that stands out. Basically, your Hyperlite Mountain Gear Mid 1 and your Zpack Duplex Classic, they're over-engineered. They're going to be less likely to tear. You're going to be less likely to get water in your tent. And they're going to go above and beyond anything that you would need. Again, of these 22 products, I really do think the Durston X-Mid 1 and the Durston X-Mid 2 are the best value in terms of price to performance ratio. Again, you can see the Sea to Summit Ikos is $449. The Sea to Summit Alto 2 and Alto 1 are $499. The Big Agnes Copper Spur Ultralight 1 is $449. The Big Agnes Copper Spur Ultralight 2 is $549. The Nemo Ultralight 1 is $399. The Nemo Osmo Ultralight 2 is $429. So you're seeing a price range for the majority of the tents of $400 through $500. The fact that the X-Mid is coming in at $249 is really impressive. Next, I wanted to talk to you about the best camping tarp if you wanted to hammock and not bring a tent. So I'm going to give that award to the Grand Trunk Air Bivy shelter. The reason being that it has 2,000 millimeters of waterproofing. As you can see, the first 8 tents on the list are only 1,200 millimeters of waterproofing. So the fact that the Grand Trunk Air Bivy shelter is coming in at 2,000 millimeters of waterproofing, that's impressive. Also, I like that the Grand Trunk Air Bivy shelter is a 20 denier nylon, which is a lot better than the 15 denier nylon in the Nemo Osmo Ultralight and the Nemo Osmo Ultralight 2. I was disappointed that the Eno Profile silicone ring tarp is only 1,000 millimeters, which is less than the first 8 tents on this list. And the Kammok Coolie Ultralight, that's non-conclusive because ChatGPT said that the Coolie could have waterproofing anywhere between 1,200 and 3,000 millimeters, but Kammok never gave specifications for their Coolie. I hope this was helpful. I look forward to your questions and comments.